The year is 2033 and social media has been banned, but you're such an addict that you can't help it. So you start bootlegging social media on the black market. Unfortunately, you get caught and your sentence is harsh. You will be publicly executed. But here's where it gets interesting. You're told that you will be hanged at noon on a weekday the following week, but the execution will be a surprise. And so you use logic to conclude that since you know you will be hanged, no matter what, that you're no longer going to be surprised, and therefore if you're not surprised, then you won't be hanged. So imagine your surprise when they put the noose around your neck. And that's a paradox. It's called the hangman's paradox, which is an idea that seems contradictory on the surface, but actually makes sense when you dig into it. The freedom of structure, as I call it, is a paradox because people think freedom means no structure, do anything you want. Yet often the more structure you put into your life, the more freedom you end up having. As David Brooks once put it, freedom without structure is its own slavery. And here's the thing, whether you realize it or not, you already have a ton of structure in your life because you will find yourself consistently doing even things that you hate and you want to quit doing them, but you can't. And that's how powerful structure is. So if you want a new result, guess what? You need a new structure. Now there's nuance to this. Too much structure is just as bad as too little. Too much structure is rigidity, and that stops you from growing. So therefore then, we need the right amount of structure. Now, before I get into that, let's talk about the major benefits of having the right kind and right amount of structure. It starts with cognitive load. Now, cognitive load is simply how much information you can handle at once. See, the problem though is there's more information than ever. For example, if you go to Starbucks, there are 700,000 different drink combinations that you can order from. So we're drowning in information, but our brain capacity to process that information has stayed the same. So structure is our ultimate filter to cognitive overload. With structure, you simply delete all the unnecessary information. You don't see it. Your brain doesn't need to process it, and therefore you have more energy to focus on what matters. Structure also creates confidence. You know what to expect, and when you know what to expect, it's more comfortable, and the more comfortable you are, the more confident you become. Structure also reduces the need for willpower. Willpower as a tool is useful like a screwdriver, but structure is more useful because it's like a power drill. When you have structure, you got something to actually look forward to, which is exciting. Now, the thing about structure is this. The people who need structure the most are the most resistant towards it, like I once was. I got kicked out of preschool when I was 3 years old because I hated the structure, and in 3rd grade, they put my desk in the hall with me in it because I could not handle the normal structure of the classroom. What made me first accept structure was this. I structured my chaos. I literally put it into my schedule. I said at this time, I will encourage as much chaos as possible and allow as little routine as possible. I'll basically hand the car keys over to my ADHD and let it take me to Jupiter if it wants to. The fear of the unknown is what stops people from doing the things that they need to grow. People will trade in happiness for certainty, but you don't have to be one of them. With the right structure, you can reduce uncertainty and still need to know what you need to move forward with and take action on. So the conclusion for me is this. With the right structure, you will be too well trained to be scared.